Welcome to Freganomics Part 5, InvestPlus and PurchasePlus. In this video, the mathematical model that makes InvestPlus and PurchasePlus possible will be explained. InvestPlus is set up by the merchant, and PurchasePlus is set up by the customer, and both of them return up to 100% of the customer's invoice value in Frega-issued tokens. Since the process is identical for both InvestPlus and PurchasePlus, we will concentrate on just one. So how is it possible for a merchant using InvestPlus to effectively double the value of their customers' money without either them or Frega losing out? For InvestPlus, it all starts with the passive income of the merchant. As demonstrated in earlier videos, this passive income is predictable and certain, and the more activity connected with that merchant, the faster his or her passive income grows. To provide InvestPlus, the merchant agrees to give up just 7.5% of the future passive income that they are only receiving because of Frega in the first place. And now they choose how much they want to reward their customers. They can choose to release tokens with a value of anywhere between 10% and 100% of their customers' purchase value. For a 10% reward, the merchant agrees to pay just 0.5% of each invoice value to Frega. And for the full 100% reward, the fee is just 5%. Of course, the 100% reward is the most attractive to the customer and can't be beaten by a competitor. So for this video, that is what we will work with. But if the customer pays the merchant £1,000 and the merchant pays just £50 to Frega plus 7.5% of an unknown passive income, where does the £1,000 of token value come from to give to the customer? Let's break this down from information in previous videos. We now know not to look at individual transactions in isolation, but to see all Frega revenues as a continuous whole. We know that all these revenues are multiplied thanks to the increase in company value. And we know that Frega doesn't buy the tokens, but it does pay the guaranteed dividend on every one of them, which gives the tokens their value, just like the rental income from a rental property. What actually happens is that both the £50 fee and the 7.5% join all the other contributions from around the world and are paid into what is called the Frega Underpin Fund, where they are multiplied by increasing the company value. And from there, all the dividends are easily covered with money to spare. And this is what underpins the total value of all the tokens. If you watch the blue line of this graph, you can see that the more merchants take up InvestPlus, the faster the Underpin Fund grows, because the 7.5% of all these active members are creating geometric growth that continues indefinitely. If you now look at the pink line, you will see what Frega has to pay out to maintain a steady 5% dividend yield on every token issued. And if you look at the increasing gap between the two lines, what you are looking at is the available capital growth. In other words, what you are seeing is the reason why customers who can hold onto their tokens and why investors snap up whatever's available. So the only question now is whether the merchant can afford to reward their customers the full 100%. Before deciding this, however, they need to know the final piece of the puzzle. And that has to do with the remaining 92.5% of their passive income, which very much like the blue line on the graph quickly escalates and soon not only covers the missing 7.5%, but also more than compensates for the 5% fee per invoice. So it turns out that InvestPlus is a profit center and not a cost at all. This makes it a win-win-win. The merchant increases revenues and saves costs with perfect record keeping for marketing, GDPR and blockchain. The customer receives both the goods and the tokens. And the investor has an opportunity to pick up an asset that not only pays daily dividends, but also provides real capital growth. So now you can see that Freganomics is not about creating money out of thin air. It is simply applying the actuarial mathematics of the insurance industry to redistribute the wealth that is already there but has been stuck in outdated linear economics that need no longer apply. Thank you.